So I'm also the producer here. So you're going to go right on right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you for 7 minutes, and if you can stay on after that and it goes well, great. But if not, all right, here we go. I want to find out what's going on with the Arena Football League. Here we are.
Sure.
All right, I have to tell you something. Admission is I am an old Arena Football League fan. And by that, I mean I am an old Arena Football League fan. I mean that I still have tape from the very first season of Arena Football, which was broadcast on ESPN with Lee Corso calling the games before the NFL was broadcast on ESPN. I loved its high up tempo. But I didn't like that there wasn't any stability with the franchises back then. And it's like there were 4 teams, only 4 that played in the AFL this year. And I have someone from a wonderful website. Tim Capper does media for something called arenafan.com. And yes, I have gone down to arenafan.com and looked at those long ago seasons in Arena Football. He covers them extraordinary team to win its title.
Well, when it comes to the league this year, basically it's like a reboot, sort of like what it was as just an old school fan like back in 1987. There were 4 teams also. But when it comes to the, with the issue of teams folding for whatever particular reason or going on hiatus, the league tried to do as best as they could. And, to be honest with you, and I'm sure as you know when it comes to sports, once you get into the playoffs, almost anything can happen. So it just so happened to be with Washington Valor, who are out of D.C. They were able to, once they made their head coaching change earlier this year, they were probably one of the best teams in the league over the past 5 weeks. And it just so happened that they won the championship. No matter what their record was, they deserved to win the championship. Was it the best for the league? Probably not, but they won the games.
See, what I would argue is that why would you have all those teams in the playoffs? Everybody made the playoffs. The first 2 teams play in a 1 championship game. I mean, like it used to be in the Arena Football League. We're going to compare it to those long ago days. And that's the thing. Even if they played well at the end of the year, I remember the 1984 Pittsburgh Pirates had the best record in the National League in September. But they still finished in last place. They didn't make the, World Series that year. They shouldn't have. They won 75. What's the basis? Is it all just we need this revenue and that's why we're going to play 3 postseason games instead of just 1?
Well, I think with the league this year, again, without only having the 4 teams, and I think you kind of hit it on the mark too, is that they wanted to be able to make sure that all the teams in the league this year had a chance for their fans to see a home game. Able to show and showcase your product to the fans, hopefully get them to come out next year. Again, I agree. Why should all 4 teams have been in the playoffs when you're all in the top 2 would have sufficed? Hey, and this, you got to admit, in this city, my history of CFL. But one thing I have to tell you is that this has happened before in the Arena Football League, where you've had teams make it to the playoffs that have had a record of 500 or worse. And DC is not the first team in league history to win the championship with an under 500 record. The 2006 Chicago Rush did, back in Arena Bowl 20. They won with an under 500 record in the regular season. And that's when the league was more than 14.
See, I would argue there that the league has had over the years when you allow such a team to win the championship. It seems like, why did you play the regular season? That sort of thing. And you can say all you want to about, well, it was a good game it was the Washington Valor that won, and it's highly competitive. It's great arena football. No, I mean, back and forth, don't get me wrong. But, just because it was a good game does not mean that it was a good champion. That was, I think, what I would argue, and what I think that a lot of people might, when they would be otherwise looking at supporting Firebirds as well. How big of a market is Albany?
Oh, I think with the current markets, I think it's the lowest of all the television markets, if I remember correctly.
Is it top 100?
Yeah.
It is top 100.
Yeah, it's there somewhere, but as I said, the thing is they support.
Okay. No.
And I think that's what the league's trying to do.
And that's what I want to go. If you can hold on here, because I've got a hard break in 10 seconds, I want to ask you about that. And so if you can come on here, Tim Capper, arenafan.com. It's a wonderful website for any arena football fan. And we'll be back on Tri-City Sports Now. All right. I mean, I do want to be somewhat, because I do think it's just,